Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prizepicks video. This one we're talking about college football for Saturday. In the video, we have 4 picks for you to consider, so stay tuned to hear all 4 of the picks. Also, get in the Dynamo Discord for free. You can talk in the free channels here. You can see a ton of talk about the NFL over here. But we talk about all sports and give out picks and talk about picks over here. You can also join up in the private Discord for less than $1 per day or less than winning a $5 3-pick slip on Prize Picks. We have a bunch of cappers in here, including myself, giving out picks in all sports. Yesterday went 6 for 6 with my MLB picks. You could see some other big days in the channel. 9 and 2. 8 and 1, 12 and 2, all in the past week here. So definitely check it out. We have cappers posting in all sports: college football, NFL, MLB, WNBA. So we'll see you guys over in the Discord. You can join up for free and talk in the free channels or the private Discord. Both will be linked down below. You guys saw some of those winning streaks we've been going on. You get a ton more picks from me plus a bunch of other cappers in there. Now let's get into this one. The first pick I'm going to be going with here is going to be Sam Levitt. I'm going to go to him over on his pass attempts here at 25.5. I think this is a low line for whoever's going to be the Arizona State starting quarterback, and this season it is just Sam Levitt. So I'm liking this line here against Mississippi State in a tougher matchup. Still going to be going to this one. He didn't throw much in their first game, obviously, because it was a massive blowout. I think he's going to have some huge passing days, and I think it's going to start here. They're most likely going to be playing from behind or in a close game here. I think he's going to have to throw a bunch in this one. I was going to go to the passing yards here. It was at like 190 earlier, bumped it up to 200.5 passing yards. So some of these lines have bumped. Just know that all these picks I'm talking about in the video are posted in the Discord before the video comes out, so you can get in on those beforehand if you want. Last year, looking at Arizona State quarterback, he threw a ton. 37 passes, 34 passes, 47 passes in a tough matchup against number 5 Washington, 49 passes, 41. So when he was playing a full game last year, their starting quarterback was throwing a ton. We just need 26 passing attempts here for Levitt, and liking him in this one. If you guys have not used Outlier, it's a tool I use every single day for player props. You should definitely check it out. They have a 7-day free trial. It'll help you lock in for all sports, not just college football, NFL, MLB, even WNBA over here. I use it every day. I think it's great to do research all in one place. We could see here for him, last week didn't hit it. 22 passing attempts. They won by 40 points in this game. He didn't have to pass a lot. I think we're going to see a ton more passing attempts for him in this game, and I think they're going to have to pass against Mississippi State. So last week, Mississippi State absolutely blew out Eastern Kentucky by almost 50 points, and the quarterback from Eastern Kentucky still threw 38 passes here, and their team managed 38 carries. Even in this blowout, they should be going down swinging here like Eastern Kentucky did, throwing a ton of passes. So I'm liking Levitt here. I think it's definitely a spot you could target here at a pretty low line, so I'm liking this one for the first pick. For the second one, I'm targeting this Colorado-Nebraska game. I'm going to Emmett Johnson over on his rush plus receiving yards. Nebraska really likes to run the ball, and they ran super effectively in the first week. Colorado, their defense was the opposite. They gave up a ton of rushing and passing yards, so I'm going to target them in this game. I think Nebraska could have a field day here on the ground again. Emmett Johnson saw just 8 carries, but it was a blowout in that game. I do think he's going to see more like he was seeing towards the end of last year, and I think he could smash this line and get more involved in the passing game as well. So I'm liking him at this line. I think it's a good one to target as well in this game. There are a bunch of running backs for Nebraska, but I do think Johnson will see 10 plus carries because he is an explosive runner as well. So we saw last week, Colorado, you can see on the side here, allowed 176 rushing yards and 276 passing yards in week 1 to North Dakota State. I do think Nebraska has a better running game than them. Could push 200 rushing yards in this game. Johnson last week saw 76 combined, had 1 catch for 5 yards, had the 1 explosive run for like 40 something yards in this game as well. Only saw 8 rushing attempts. I think we could see this increase in a closer game. They'll give him more touches. If we look at him last year, he started to become their workhorse toward the end of the year. Early in the season, just didn't really play much, but then started turning it on towards the end of the year here. So we saw his carries uptick here when he saw 12 plus carries last year, he hit this every single game. So last year it was just a 5 of 12 hit rate, but didn't even see carries in the first 3 games. And then the fourth and fifth game, he saw 2 carries each, then 7. Once he saw 12, he was smashing this at 73, 76, 63, 93, 50, and then just got 38 against a really tough matchup against Iowa here, but still got 11 carries in that game. So when he gets the carries, he can smash it. I'm seeing 12 plus carries for Johnson in this one. Plus, you get the added bonus of receiving yards. His straight rushing line it's just 40.5 on Prizepicks. They're showing it here at 39.5. So we get, if he has a 4-yard catch, I think he could be more involved in the pass game as well this week. So liking this number for Emmett Johnson against Colorado, who's still, I don't think has a great defense. Their offense could put up numbers. We could see a high-scoring one here, so I'm liking going to Emmett Johnson. For the next pick, we're going to Jalen Daniels over on his passing yards at 207.5 here. I think he could absolutely smash this against Illinois. Obviously, he didn't hit it in their first game. If we come look at their first game, he threw 15 passes, completed 9 of them. Then the backup came in, threw 6 passes. They didn't have to pass in this. They were already up more than 30 by the time Daniels came out of this game. Didn't have to pass, still managed to get 148 through the air. And we saw some huge games from Daniels last year. So I think he could absolutely smash this one. Let's take a look at it over on Outlier. Again, they do have that free trial for 7 days if you haven't checked out Outlier again, but I think a great tool. We can see here this dating back to last year. So they did play Illinois last year. Jalen Daniels had 277 pass yards against them, 298 against Nevada, and then struggled here against BYU. But I think Daniels could be in for a big one here again against Illinois. And we're getting a nice line here at 207.5 for him. So I'm liking this. So looking at this one over on OddsJam, another tool I use all the time. They have a free trial as well. It'll be linked down below if you want to check it out. Basically, they show you the best value to hit, basically. So one of their favorite picks is Jalen Daniels here, over 207 passing yards. FanDuel has this at 215. So does Bovada, and so does Parlay Play. We're getting that at 207.5. 8 yards of savings here, which is pretty nice to have in this situation. And I don't like to go against sportsbooks, so going to value against sportsbooks is something I like to do with my picks as well. So going to Jalen Daniels here for that one. And then you see we have Luke Grimm pulled up here. I'm liking him as well in this as a little quarterback receiver stack at 44.5. It's 46.5 on FanDuel. Same with Bovada, and some of these other sites have it higher than we're going to get it here on Prizepicks as well. So for Grimm, I'm going to go to him paired with Daniels. Nice thing about Prizepicks is they don't ding you here. It's still going to be a 10x here for taking a same game stack with the quarterback receiver. Still 20 to win 200. So I'm still liking Luke Grimm here, 44.5 receiving yards. Wasn't a main target for them last year until the end of the year, but had a really nice first game with them. Saw the most targets he's seen out of last year and this year in the first game. So I think he's going to have another big one here. Saw half the targets that Jalen Daniels threw in week 1. He saw 8 targets, and Daniels only threw 15 times. So most of them did go to Grimm, which was great to see. He ended with 111 receiving yards, had that massive 50-something yard touchdown catch as well. But love to see the targets here. 6 catches on 8 targets, which was nice to see. A 58-yard catch it was. So at 44.5, getting some value compared to other sportsbooks. I'm definitely liking this one. We could look last year. He wasn't as involved. Ended the season with a huge game, 160 receiving yards. Before that, 56. Just missed it in the one before that with 44. And then last year against Illinois, had 69 yards. So him and Daniels both absolutely smashed their lines against Illinois last year, but Grimm more involved. We see the targets here. No game with 8 targets last year. He got 8 targets in the first game in a minimal playing time compared to what he's going to be seeing in this one. So I do like this combination as well. And if you guys want more picks, definitely join up in the private Discord here. Went 6 for 6 with the MLB yesterday. Some huge wins in all sports here we're posting. I'm just one capper, so I'm going to be posting more picks in all sports, but we have a bunch of other cappers posting their picks in here, a 12-2 run. But you can also get in the free channels if you just want to join up in the free channels, lock in for NFL college football season here. But we're talking MLB in here all the time as well, and WNBA. So get in the Discord for free at least, or join up in the VIP here. You get picks from a bunch of cappers, including myself, covering all sports for less than $1 per day, or less than winning a $5 3-pick slip on Prizepicks. So you guys saw the big wins in the Discord. We'll see you over there, and subscribe to the channel.